Okay, Mel, look at what I got hanging off the back of this thing. Yep, got some of them in. Not finished with it. I got to put some Loctite on the screws to keep them from backing out. That bottom screw down there I couldn't put in because it's too close to the final. So you've got 3 screws holding it on, but they're good and tight, and I'm going to put some Loctite on the threads so they don't back out. But it's really doing well. Let's see now. I got the RF power turned all the way down. I'm on AM. The meter on the right is on the 250 volt scale, which is that top scale, times 5. Again, I've got the power turned all the way down. Audio, hello, 1 2 3 3 2 1, audio. Meter on the left reading average power of about 40 watts. You can see it's driving the peak power over 250 watts. Alright, going to turn the RF power all the way up. You can see that the average power goes to about 70. Peak power without modulation is a little over 150, and it's driving it audio a little past 250 watts. Okay, let's go to sideband. There is let's see, that's upper side. Let me go to lower side. RF power is all the way up. Audio, you can see the average power jumps up to about 90 watts. And audio drives it right at 250 watts. And there's the modulation, nice and smooth. Boy, this thing sounds good. Here, let me turn up the my monitor radio. Yep, I ought to get it on the lower sideband, you think? Mic gain. Audio. Let me turn the mic gain down some. Audio test, test audio. 1 2 3 4 5 5 4 3 2 1. Audio test. Nice and smooth audio. It sounds wonderful. I'll switch back to AM, let you hear it on AM. Audio test. 1 2 3 4 5 5 4 3 2 1. Now let me turn the mic gain back up. Audio testing, testing audio. 1 2 3 4 5 5 4 3 2 1. Audio test. Beautiful, beautiful. This thing works fantastic. But I got to tell you, it generates some heat. Let's see how many amps it's pulling when we drive at full power like that. Okay, each one of those notches, I think, or each one of the lines are 4. So the first line would be 19. The second one would be 23. The third one would be 27. No, I got that wrong. They're 3 volts apiece. So the first one is 18. The second one's 21. The third one is 24. The fourth one is 27, and the last one is 30. Audio, hello, hello, 1 2 3 4 5 5 4 3 2 1. That's on AM. I'm switching to lower sideband, and here it is on lower sideband, almost 30 amps, a little over 30 amps. So you got to make sure that you got a good power supply to drive this thing. Either that or keep the RF power turned way down. And it does generate a lot of heat, so if you got a little fan, you might want to put a little fan on it if you're planning on running the power way up high. Okay? Alright, I got to put the covers and everything back on it. As soon as I do that, I'll get another video. Alright, be right back. Okay, Mel, I'm back. I thought it was probably driving this thing a little too hard, so what I did, I cut the milliamps going to the driver. In other words, I turned it down from 400 milliamps, which is what it was set at, down to 200 milliamps. I left the final set at 400 milliamps. Now that's the setup okay, for the FETs. But it didn't. Right now I've got the output power turned all the way up. Audio test, test audio. As you can see, it still drives the crap out of it. That was on sideband. Now on AM, that's with power all the way up. You can see it easily drives it over 250. My monitor radio was on sideband. Audio, hello, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Listen to that audio. Does that sound good or what? Audio test, test 1, 2, 3. And still getting warm, but it's not getting hot like it was. Like I said, you may want to put a cooling fan on it. But I turned that down just a little bit. I also adjusted your output power. Your high power on AM, FM, I turned it down a little because the radio sounds better if you keep it turned down and then drive it. See, with it all the way up, I turned it down to about 50 watts. Okay, about 50 watts average, and it's still peaking over 250 easy. So now, and you can turn the AM power down now all the way to 10 watts. Yeah. Turn the mic gain down. Okay, you can turn the RF power down now to about 4 watts, 4 or 5 watts. See that average meter right there? Okay. But watch what happens when I turn the mic gain back up. Turn the RF. I'm hitting the power knob too. Audio, hello, audio, audio. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now that's with the RF power turned all the way down. Turn down the monitor radio. See, we're dead kin about 4 watts. But watch what it does when I talk in the microphone. Oh my goodness, it actually works better that way than it does with the RF power turned all the way up. Hello, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. You will be heard. Okay, I wanted to show you that. It's still getting pretty warm. Keyed down like that. Now it's not going to get that hot on sideband because it's not working all the time. On AM, it's working all the time. Okay, but got the little grommet there. Protect the wires coming through the chassis. I need to put a couple more wire ties on that. But it's done. All right, I'll be back. And I think I told you when I was looking at the current meter, I might have called that watts or volts, but it's amps. So just remember that you need a power supply that does at least 30 amps. This PSK 36KX pyramid, it works pretty good, but this is what I'm running my 2970 into. This is a 50 amp switching power supply made by QJE. You can get them off of Amazon for like 150 bucks, but this one will do 50 amps. Okay, and just food for thought. All right, I'll be back. Okay, Mel.
I ain't gonna say it's impossible. I don't know. I never had anything to do with them.
Got this baby all put back together.
Wouldn't matter anyway. No sideband.
These guys are in Nova Scotia. I just talked to them a little bit on your radio. I should have done it on the camera, but I don't want to interrupt their conversation anymore. Of course, they said the radio sounded good and that I was just booming in there. Said they were going to offer me a coffee. But there it is. It's all hooked up back there. Now, you get a heavy-duty power cable, but it's kind of short. And I did have some heavy duty cables that I was sending out, but when those ran out, I ordered some more. But the new ones that I got in are only rated to 15 amps. They look just like the other ones, had the same part number as the other ones, but those Chinese are tricky, boy. So anyway, those wouldn't be any good, so you're going to have to buy like some 10 gauge or 12 gauge wire, red and black wire, and make that a little longer if you want to. And remember that both your radio cable and your amp cable need to go to the same power supply. Okay, and what I did with this one, see that? I got the 3-pin radio plug tapped into this one, but they're both going to the same power supply. Okay, just make sure you do that. This is my bench cable here that I made up. But yeah, just any automotive store, you know, AutoZone, Advance Auto, O'Reilly's, any of those places, and pick up some 10 gauge is better. 12 gauge if you can't find 10 gauge. I wouldn't go any smaller than 12 gauge. If you're going to run it to your auto battery, the 10 gauge would definitely be the way to go. I told you, if you're going to run it on a power supply, you need to have a heavy duty power supply, okay, because it draws a lot of amperage. But this radio talks. I mean, it is outstanding. Let's see. One of those guys would.
What do you mean? Well, they better get somebody that looks good.
Well, they've been going. They're chatting quite often, so I'm not going to interrupt their conversation again. But anyway, I think you'll be really happy with this. You know, and like I said, you might want to put a cooling fan if you like to talk on AM. Put a little fan on the back of it, blow it across the heat sink, or even order a fan kit for it and put a fan kit on it. You can tap the fans into your power cables, so that when you got power applied to the radio, the fans are running. And the reason I say that, you know, because even after you turn the radio off, the heat sink and everything is still hot. It needs to cool down. So the fans continue to run. That's good for a little while, but then you want to interrupt the DC power going to them. So you may want to hook it up inside the radio so that when you are got the radio turned on, the fans are on, and then when you turn the radio off, the fans go off. But that's up to you. All right. Well, thanks a lot. I peeled the plastic up enough to where I could get my warranty sticker underneath this other one, and I'll put it right on the case of the radio. But I do recommend you peel this crap off. I don't have a cover handy, but you know, if you leave it in the sun and it gets hot or whatever, this stuff gets real hard, and when you try to peel it off, all the sticky crap stays on the covers. It makes a mess. So I recommend you take that off as soon as possible. All right. I think you're going to love the radio. Okay, this thing here actually came from another shop. He owed me a favor and he had one of these, so he sent it to me. My suppliers are still out of all the Magnum stuff. Magnum is way behind. All of you folks that are waiting on the 959s and the SX175s, Magnum told me that the 175 should be here by the end of the month. Okay, so sometime next week I should get a shipment of SX175s. Then I can go back to putting out the 959s. I've got 2 of them in progress now that I had SX175s for, but that's the very last 2 SX175s I have. Waiting on other ones. I've got SX350s But again, even my suppliers are out of those. So Magnum's behind. Catch up, Magnum. But that's really good products that they're putting out now. Really helps these radios out a lot. Okay, Mel, I hope you enjoyed the radio. I certainly enjoyed modifying it for you. Thanks a lot. Appreciate the business. 7-3s.